More drama.
More drama.
It's on
More
brand.
rain. For Atlanta, look at just an incredible amount of flooding sparked by slow-moving thunderstorms. We had reports of water rescues. You can see just the muddy water that overtook the interstate here on the northeast side of town. Folks having to climb on top of their vehicles to be rescued. The culprit, in many ways, clogged up storm drains. But these storms, I mean, just targeting parts of Midtown Atlanta, couldn't be worse. The airport, look at the side by side, didn't see a thing.
That's so funny, and it's so localized when you talk about some of these storms this time of the year. And that one cell or that one downpour just formed over Atlanta and really wasn't taking its time to get out of Dodge, and that's what happens. I mean, the scenes that you just saw are exactly what a storm like this is capable of doing if it doesn't move a whole lot and it's dumping heavy rain for hours on end.
Yeah, I mean, we're showing you the video of the stranded vehicles and water covering the roads. A Waymo car stranded.
Here we go again.
Waters. I know. Why is it making so many headlines?
Waymos have a tough time with the flooded out roads, don't they? From what I understand, they realize, or at least they know, that the road is flooded, but they don't perceive it as a threat. They don't understand that they need to turn around. So that's where the human aspect of driving still trumps what's going on with AI. And it's just interesting how it plays out. I think 1,400 Waymo cars recently had to get recalled for the same exact thing.
And they were trying to improve the the infrastructure, basically how it reads the threat.
Right.
So we'll add another car to that.
But to be fair, and maybe I don't want to take too much time away from the forecast, but to be fair, humans do misjudge the depth of floodwater all the time. So,
it is challenging because you think
just never
if
know.
It's a couple of inches, I can make it, right? It's not going up to the tire, but the problem is that you don't know if that water is moving, right? And you don't know the depth of it, what's underneath of it.
Yeah.
And so I always just say call it safe. Don't drive through those.
That's probably the protocol they should put in place with the Waymo cars. Just if it's flooded over, turn around.
And, I think, unfortunately, the scenes of what we saw out of Atlanta, just that targeted, isolated area where roads were blocked, the timing couldn't be worse for the afternoon drive. We'll probably see more of that. Now, I'm hoping not to see the flooding concerns, but I just mean the development of that rain and maybe rain rates that could be a little too much in a short period of time. Thunderstorms are already building around New Orleans, up through southern Mississippi, a big complex now drifting off the upper Texas coast. That's going to head up towards the coast of Louisiana, probably within the next couple of hours. Lit up, too, with a lot of lightning, perhaps a little spin water spout action just offshore. So it's staying unsettled. And unfortunately, what you see is what you get for the next, 4 or 5 days.
Yeah, I know. It's fairly stagnant. We've got a big area of high pressure in the northeast, just kind of blocking everything. And, when it comes to this kind of rain, you never want to see too much. We did get the updated drought monitor.
Yes.
And that did show improvement along the Gulf Coast, slightly. However, the rest of the United States actually had the drought worsen or expand by 1%, I think.
Well, I have to imagine the West Coast is expanding, right? I mean, little in the way of snowpack, no rain, and this is a storm pattern that's not really favorable for getting a lot of action on the West Coast, with our jet stream displaced all the way up into the Gulf of Alaska,
you see it there,
billowing down through the Rockies. Not a true storm in itself, at least for the next few days. It's just this kind of, I'm calling it almost like an atmospheric roadblock that is stuck, that will continue to just funnel moisture. And when you've got a ridging effect basically east of the Rockies, and that high pressure off the Atlantic coast is funneling all this moisture, there's nothing to really drive these thunderstorms. It's just daytime heat kicks in. And then they're slow movers. Yeah,
and that's just going to continue to be the case when you have that much moisture in the atmosphere and you've got lift. That moisture has to go somewhere. It's going to condense out and fall as rain. So flood alerts right through Monday, and Texas has a flood alert every day between now and then. So if you're hoping for some dry time and you get it, take advantage of it, because when you look at these maps, the odds are that dry time isn't going to last all that long.
Yeah, I agree. I mean, hefty amounts of rain too, and it's not just where we have that level 2 risk through the weekend in the upper Texas coast into southern Louisiana. I mean, highest rain totals possible 5 to 8 inches, and I would probably say we could get even more than that depending on these storms.
I know. Sometimes the models underdo showers and storms
Especially
in this
set
area.
up like this.
Yeah.
Exactly.
Yeah.
But even perhaps up towards Atlanta, right?
Yeah.
Where we could see another 3 to 5 inches of rain.
That's incredible. The entire state of Louisiana, minus maybe a couple pockets, are completely covered in orange.
Yeah.
Right through Memorial Day. That's not what you want to see.
No, it is wet. And I think just finding creative ways to enjoy time with the kids this weekend.
Puzzles?
Eventually it will change, but at least not until after Monday.
Do you have a rainy day board game favorite? My family and I, we like to...
Categories?
Yeah, we play a lot of Scrabble. Category is a good one, too.
I'm asking, do I win? Do you win?
Categories?
Yeah.
I'm good at
Oh,
categories.
Scrabble, not...
Yeah, it's a toss-up between me, my wife, and my son on Scrabble, but I'm finding that the little 4-letter words that you just place strategically over a double word score do way better than the big long words. That's the light bulb that went off.
Your little trick. Well, listen, we're going to take that and we're going to tell the folks, not just in the South, but the Northeast, that they're going to need to take that trick too.
Yeah.
Because unfortunately for the Northeast, our little slice of summer that we had the last few days is gone. All courtesy of a cold front that has pushed through. In fact, it hasn't exactly cleared the region just yet, but it brought a decent amount of drama along with it, right? We had rumbles of thunder, pouring rain, and Brooklyn and Queens, unfortunately, taking it on the chin. 2 to 3 inches radar estimates in those areas.
You know, when you put that much rain down on top of a concrete jungle where there isn't a whole lot of absorption happening, unfortunately, that rain is going to go to the lowest point that it can find, and in Brooklyn and Queens, that lowest point is the subway. And anytime that you get heavy rain, you just got to feel bad for anybody that's down there or just didn't know that it was coming and has to wade through that water. That icks me out every time.
Oh, yeah.
It's also dangerous.
It is. I mean, Philadelphia, too, saw instances of flooding, 2 to 3 inches of rain there in the western suburbs. So what you see is what you get. I said that in the South. We'll really kind of paint that picture for the Northeast, too. The front, it's actually diving just south right now, right about in here. It sits. This is all kind of light stratiform rain. So New York City, you've already seen the front go through, but it's going to stall and hang up a little bit. And with a little daytime heating as that front still continues to drive into, say, parts of central Virginia, North Carolina, maybe we get a couple thunderstorms that could bring out some higher rain rates. But this front lifts back to the north as we go through the day Friday into Saturday, and that's what really sets the stage for what will become this washout into the start of the weekend.
Yeah, it's going to slowly but surely migrate north. I'm thinking Saturday is probably going to be the worst of it, and then it slowly kind of progressively gets better, although I don't know if better is the word, just not as bad and rainy on Monday. But, you know, temperatures will at least be comfortable. If you weren't really digging what was going on the last couple of days, if it was a little too hot for you, maybe this Memorial Day isn't going to be too bad, you know? Temps will be manageable, and I don't think a lot of people are going to get extremely burnt, which is never fun.
We'll save that for the 4th of July.
Yeah.
But no, I think I feel like Memorial Day weekend is always a toss-up for the East Coast. You know, you either get really lucky and it's sunny and it's warm and it feels like it should as we're getting ready to close up school for the year and enjoy the next couple of months. But then you get weekends like this where you return to almost like that early spring feel.
Yeah.
You have our high pressure, which is going to sneak in tomorrow to the Northeast. We get a secondary high that kind of finally kicks this atmospheric roadblock out of the way. By Monday, improving for that forecast, but with that boundary lifting back to the north through the day Friday, high pressure almost acts like a wall to block that rain from lifting any farther north into New England, and so that just sits and pools into New York.
You know, if you would have told me we'd have high pressure sitting in our region for Memorial Day weekend this year, I'd say, awesome,
Right.
It's going to be great. But with this particular setup, not so much.
Exactly. So we've got you covered here, of course.